was in the shower. It was my first week, actually the first day that I had my house. And I was doing a lot of painting and working with a lot of like heavy materials. And I had an event to go to later on that evening. I looked down at my hands and I'm like, I can't go out there like this. Like I need to be on top of it. I need to look right. I need to sound right. I need to act right. And I was in the shower until my hands were all pruny and red because I was scrubbing my fingers so hard trying to get the paint out and get the dirt out of my nails and everything. So much so that I ended up being about 15 to 20 minutes late to this event because I was so busy in the shower scrubbing my fingers. And it got me thinking, wow, how many of us are just constantly scrubbing? We're scrubbing until we're perfect. We're scrubbing all the flaws out, hoping that we are perfect and presentable, because God forbid you go out into the world and you aren't 100%. And it was just very profound to me because I am so guilty of it. But one, you don't have to keep on scrubbing your flaws to live your life. And also, if you do go out there and you do have some visible flaws, like, does it really matter if you're happy? And to be honest with you, people are going to have their opinions of you, no matter what you do, no matter how perfect you are, how happy you are, how real you are. There's always going to be something. So really, on top of, hey, don't scrub yourself out of your life, you also have to not let other people's headlines become part of your story. So.
How's this shown up for you?
How has this shown up for me?
Yeah.
I mean,
when have you tried to be so perfect and put together and scrub yourself?
So many times in life I've done that. One of the things that stand out the most to me is probably when I was 14, 15. I was in the cafeteria in high school with my friends, and I had always been really insecure about my weight and my looks and everything, like any teenage girl. And in this particular situation, this boy came up out of nowhere, and called me fat. And to me, to any girl, I feel like that's a shot to the heart right there, you know? And for some reason, and I do believe that anybody can say anything to you, and if they catch you in the right moment at your weakest point, it can throw you off your rails, you know? And unfortunately for me, it was during a time of a lot of change and a lot of stress, a lot of teenage drama, a lot of family drama, and having just moved to Ohio and being the new girl and whatnot. And it kind of was the starting point of an eating disorder. And I was anorexic bulimic for, I would say, a solid 8 months. At my worst, I was eating maybe an apple and a granola bar, the sweet and salty bars from like Nature's Made or something. I still remember that. That's all I would have throughout the course of the day. And if I binged or I didn't work out enough or something, I would hide that, and I would work out just enough to work off the calories, so also exercise bulimic. And it was a tough time, but what made it even worse was I was losing this weight in a very unhealthy way from a very unhealthy place, and I got nothing but compliments for it and encouragement, and it fueled it more. Like, oh yeah, well, I don't have an eating disorder, because if I did, then, you know, my dad wouldn't be taking me shopping for new clothes, and this person would be saying how awesome I look and all of this other stuff. And it was just so destructive, very self-destructive. And I fortunately had people around me who knew me better than I knew myself at the time, who got me out of it and were really hounding me and monitoring me and taking that time to make sure that I was okay like I never experienced before. And I slowly came out of it. So I think that's probably the one situation that stands out most to me. And then the second would probably be after I graduated from grad school, and I was faced with the opportunity to come back to Ohio. And I was in New York for grad school and I was back home, but I was miserable and super stressed out and commuting 2 hours both ways every day into the city, and it was just super stressing to me. And then I came back over here and I felt like I felt like I couldn't relax, like I couldn't enjoy my own life. And if I wasn't busy, then I wasn't productive and I wasn't worth anything if I didn't have that full schedule. And I think that a lot of people still live in that mindset, and it's so untrue. It's just a big lie that we tell ourselves, like being busy does not equal being effective, and being busy doesn't mean that, oh, you're so awesome at what you do. I mean, it is a symptom, I think, and it's nothing that you should feel guilty about, but at the same time, it's just like, if you are sacrificing your own well-being just to say, oh yeah, I'm perfect, I have this all together, then is it really worth it? Is it worth the cost of you and your sanity? So, yeah.
What's next for you? You have an amazing nonprofit and vision. Share with us what's next for you and She Radiates.
Well, She Radiates is going to be doing a little bit of restructuring. I feel like if I'm not really, let me rephrase that. I feel like, are you familiar with the Bible at all? I know, that's like a really weird question. Well, one of my favorite verses, and I can't, trust me, I'm not like a quote scripture type of person, but faith without works is dead. And for some reason that always just stuck out to me. And to kind of add on it, I always felt like, faith without good works. Like if I'm going to do the work, I want to do it, I want to do good, I want to do it well. And I feel like we can do more. She Radiates can do more. She Radiates can be in the community and in the weeds a little bit more. So we're going to be bootstrapping it and finding places and opportunities in the community to really show up. Still hosting great events, so all of our current friends can still come and follow us and stuff, but there's a woman out there who doesn't know that she has everything that she needs to do whatever she is here to do. And we're just going to bring it on at her. But we just have to be there. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Any last words of inspiration?
Last words. Don't live conditionally. I think that's kind of the heart of the message. I think that we, as women, grow up thinking, oh, then I'll be happy. If I lose this 20 pounds, if I get the perfect man in my life, if I'm driving this car, if I have this career, I'm going to be so happy. And speaking from experience, yeah, you can get all of those things, but it doesn't guarantee your happiness. And if you are running around thinking that way and hoping that the next thing, whatever that next step is going to fulfill you, you're going to eventually max out of next steps. And you're going to look around and you're going to feel burnt out, stressed out, and just lonely. So, yeah. Don't live conditionally. Live now. Be grateful for what you have now, and you can still be content and still work on you. And that's all there really is to it now, isn't it?